Smriti Irani, ever since the women reservation bill was passed last week in Parliament, the government, the Prime Minister, all BJP leaders seem to be going all out to make it a major election issue ahead of the assembly polls this year. Is that how you see it? Is this now an election issue, even though the fact is we don't actually have 33% reservation in terms of being implemented as yet?
I was, Mr. Sardesai, missing much the alacrity with which, on a positive note, you can bring in a sense of despondency. My compliments that I haven't missed much since I last came on your platform in an engagement with you. But I think that if you speak about the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, as you call it, the Women's Reservation Bill, to say that for that bill to be propagated is a matter of electioneering, I think that would be a negative premise to begin with. It is a matter of conviction and a matter of great joy and matter of great satisfaction for us as a political organization that an issue that has been pursued by many entities in Indian politics for over 3 decades. In fact, when I had the privilege of speaking, I highlighted how many women in many states, especially those who belonged to families that did not enjoy a political pedigree, when we gained independence from colonial rule, had requested those who drafted our constitution to insert a constitutional guarantee at the very beginning of our constitutional democracy. Those women were in fact not adhered to. It is a homage to even those ladies who were foresighted enough to know the challenges that were awaiting women in Indian politics. I've also in my speech in Parliament highlighted how in 1971 the then government wanted to seek a report on the status of women through a committee that it constituted. And in 1974, when that report was published, in chapter 7, the Bharatiya Janasangh then had pronounced emphatically that there needs to be a constitutional guarantee given to women so that they can receive the benefits of this reservation. And hence today, after 3 decades of many political leaders attempting to ensure that this privilege, this right is given to Indian women, to have a Prime Minister bear witness and a Prime Minister who actualized that demand, as Prime Minister Modi said, Sankalp se Siddhi tak ki yatra, in barely 72 hours of stepping into the new building of the new Parliament, I think is not only historical but also is reflective of the magnificence of the Indian democratic system.
So you don't think that you're telling me it's not an election weapon? Because many believe even the timing of the special session was done in a manner that it will be used by the BJP in the elections.
I'm of the opinion, Mr. Sardesai, I'm of the opinion that you in some way do great disservice to the entire issue of women's reservation. In fact, you diminish the capacity of what impact the women's reservation bill not only has for my generation, but the future generation of female leaders in our country by weaponizing it for some political gain or traction in a debate. I think the Modi government in the past 9 years has done many significant political legislative achievements that, yes, will become a part of electoral discourse. But to say that BJP should be denied the propagation of the fact that we had this historical bill passed through both houses of Parliament, that we managed to create, even if it was a compulsion for the opposition, unanimity on the subject, barring 2 people in the Lok Sabha, I think is doing, again, like I said, a great disservice to the aspirations of Indian women.
No, the reason
kindly don't reduce the stature of the momentous history that was created with the passage of the bill.
Ma'am, let me clarify. It is a historic bill. It will perhaps be even more historic when it actually gets implemented on the ground. No doubt about that. The question, therefore...
Mr. Sardesai, I think the insinuation that the implementation of it is deliberately legislatively delayed, though it is a slight insinuation in the premise that you put forth, I think has to be rectified. the amount of research that you yourself indulge in, you are well aware that Article 82 looks at readjustment and realignments of seats only post 2026 census, which is when published, then goes to the delimitation committee. I'm sure many representatives on your debate have clarified that position. Hence, your insistence to maintain the insinuation that there is a deliberate delay in implementation, I think, is a bit unworthy.